I need to save money, man. I got rich friends now. I'm trying to catch up to them. Rich people move through the world differently. You notice that? Rich people will talk about things in like rich people ways and not even know that they're talking a different language. Like I was at my rich friend's house recently. I had to use a bathroom. And he goes, yeah, man, it's down the hall, 4th door on the left. I was like, yo, your left has 4 doors on it? Most doors I've ever seen on the left were 3, and that was at La Quinta, okay? Growing up, my bathroom was the door on the left. You know what I mean? I have one financial goal in my life. I want to be able to afford bottled water at an Italian restaurant, okay? That's it. You ever had water at an Italian restaurant? Dude, the mob doesn't deal drugs anymore, okay? They deal aqua panna. We were out to dinner, we got the check, and I looked at it said $48 for water. So I called the server over, and he comes up and he's like, see? And I was like, yeah, I was just looking at the check. It looks like we paid $48 for 6 bottles of water, and they each were like half a glass, and I just want to make sure that was correct. And he goes, sì. Che un problema? And I grew up in a very Italian household, so when somebody is smiling at you, asking if there's a problem, you are the problem. So I paid $48 for water, because the only other option is tap water, and that turns you gay. So you just can't have that. I got a lot of spiritual friends that are either super rich or dead broke. There's no in between in the spiritual community. It's either you're broke and you shower in dust at music festivals, or you're rich because you sell handmade copper vagina wands for $333.33. That's it. I feel like I'm a pretty spiritual person, you know? I'm a pretty spiritual guy, as you can tell from my beaded bracelet, okay? This is the universal symbol for I call my drugs medicine, and this is who I am, okay? We don't go to parties anymore, we go to gatherings, all right? We don't take showers, we take sound baths now, you know? Sir, you ever had a sound bath before? Didn't think so. Didn't think so. You've never allowed the vibrational frequencies of a sound wave to realign your internal energy on a cellular level? Let's do it right now. Just imagine there's a didgeridoo right here. Right there. Hey, look at me. Eye contact right here. It's okay. Hey, right here. Hey. It's for America. All right? Right here. Right here. Ready? Lock in. Settle. Surrender. With consent, but surrender. Maybe surrender consent. I don't know. Try it out. Right here. Ready? Take a breath.
Deep breath.
You're healed. I'm stealing this. We're going to cut around this part. Note this down. We're cutting around this part. I'm not going to give it back to you. Or maybe I will. Come get it after. You're healed. In my quest to evolve, I just experienced ayahuasca for the very first time. Some of you know what that is. Ayahuasca is a South American vine that gets brewed down into a drink that tastes like a mixture of barbecue sauce and God's cum. And it's a very intense experience. It's not a casual thing. It's certainly not for everybody. It's a very intense, very emotional experience. You know, it's not something you approach casually. You don't hit up your boys on a Friday like, oh, dude, it's good, dude. I just got a freaking handle of Aya, bro. Come through. Drank some Coke and some Coke. That's not how it works, you know? But it's a very intense, it's a very ceremonial experience. So we're in a room all together, and there's about 20 to 25 of us, and there's some ceremony leaders up front. They're playing beautiful music, and before the music begins, we're all going around the room sharing the reasons why we're there, right? And some people are there for some pretty deep stuff. Like this person's sharing the trauma that they experienced, and this person just went through a really terrible loss, and we're going around the room, it's getting closer to me, and I'm thinking in my head like, oh, my video didn't go viral last week, so and you know, we all have our struggles, okay? But it's a beautiful experience. It's a terrifying experience. It's all of the emotions all wrapped up into one. And as we're going, they're playing music and they're playing drums and flutes and they're chanting and they're singing. And at the same time, people are vomiting and shitting and farting and crying. And sometimes the crying and the vomiting is on beat, which is a total trip. Because we're going for 8 hours like, oh, no. The truth is inside you. You have strength. I'm a jaguar. We're being launched through the dick of God at like 8 million miles an hour through the void of fucking infinite geometric nothing, and witnessing my own death and rebirth and death and rebirth, and this fucking guy is there, and he's there taking a shit for some reason, and just getting launched through all these things. And we pull out at the end of the night, and the ceremony leader is up front, and he looks at everybody as we all land back into our center, and he tells us all straight up, face to face, he goes, well, I hope you're satisfied. I was like, I don't know if that's the right vocabulary for that experience, you know what I mean? Satisfied is how you feel when you watch an episode of Succession that you kind of understood, you know? Satisfied is how you feel when you leave Waffle House with only minor bodily injuries, okay? Satisfied is how you feel when you see that your ex just looked at your Instagram story, but you haven't looked at hers in a really long time because you're doing fine, but she looked at yours, and it wasn't a mistake because she looked at the next one too, so she didn't click away. She let it play all the way through, and then she looked at the next one also, so clearly she's going through some stuff that you're not going through because you're doing great, and you haven't looked at her story in a really long time because everything's fine for you, but she's going through shit, and that's awesome, and it makes you feel good, and it makes you feel satisfied. As you can see, I'm still doing a lot of work on myself. Oh man, you know the last couple years have been crazy, dude. It gave me a lot of trust issues the past couple years. You know, gave me a lot of trust issues with things. Like I don't know who to trust anymore. I don't know if I could trust doctors again, to be honest. If I need medical advice now, I just go to anonymous internet message boards. Okay? If your username ends in 69, I'll believe anything you say. All right? I sneezed last week. I snorted raccoon repellent. I feel great. You guys like conspiracy theories? Hell yeah, dude. So it's like, but it's getting harder to tell like what actually is a conspiracy these days. You know what I mean? Yeah, right, dude. Yeah. It's like, you know, sometimes you get too far down the rabbit hole, right? And you come out and you start talking to people like, oh, dude, you still believe in gravity? Yeah, right, dude. That's just the elites trying to keep us down, dude. Because that's the truth, dude. Yeah. Are you drinking a Four Loko?
Yeah, I've had it since friggin' 2006, dude. Still good.
Are those still legal? What?
Bro, stop being such a little cuck boy.
What's your name, dude?
It's Bryler, dude.
Bryler?
Yeah.
It's like the mullet of names, dude. That's like a Brian in the front and a freaking Skylar in the back, dude.
What? You're right, dude.
I don't know who to trust. I don't trust the government at all. I don't trust the government at all, dude. It's crazy, but it's getting dangerous, you know? It's getting dangerous because it's at the point now where if the government put out a message to everybody in America and was like, make sure you go outside today and get a breath of fresh air, I'd be like, what did you do to the air? I'm not breathing until I know what's out there. That's crazy. I don't trust the government, man. Love this country. Don't love the government at all. I just moved into a new spot in Los Angeles. It's a beautiful one-bedroom tent. It's gorgeous. And I had to go through a whole application process for my new spot. A whole application process for my new apartment. And they were checking like my debt history, my credit score, my dick size, zodiac sign, everything. They were looking at everything. And I kept thinking to myself like, yo, isn't the government trillions of dollars in debt? Would the US government be approved for an apartment in Los Angeles? I don't think so. Can you imagine if the US government was filling out a housing application? Just like, okay, previous residence, yeah, England, that place fucking sucks. Total annual income, yeah, trillions. Source of income, the fucking people, I guess. Will you be bringing any pets with you? The fucking people, I guess. Do you need a co-signer? Oh, someone to rely on at all times without asking questions? China? Please list your entire criminal history. This is all mine now! It's crazy. So stupid. It's so dumb. I also don't trust the news. I don't trust the news at all, you know? I only get my news from two places now. The two most reliable, respectable sources of news online. That is TikTok and Twitter. Okay? You ever get your news from TikTok? Dude, you'll learn a whole new dance move at the same time. It's fun. That's a fun news place, okay? So we'll be swiping through videos on TikTok and you'll see one that's like, oh my God, did you hear there's been another mass shooting? 3 are dead, 4 are hospitalized, and my makeup is from Goop. It's a nightmare. But Twitter's worse, because Twitter you'll get lost in a whole bunch of other stuff that has nothing to do with what you were reading about. The first tweet in a thread will be something like, da-da-da-da, my opinion on Russia, and then da-da-da-da, my opinion on China, and da-da-da-da, I'll put a foot in my ass on OnlyFans for $5. Da-da-da-da, Hillary eats babies, and then da-da-da-da, I'll put 2 feet in my ass on OnlyFans for $10. And so it always takes me like an hour and $75, but I end up learning about what's going on. It's a lot of foot stuff, dude. Come on, bro. Come on, dude. Hell yeah, dude. Hell yeah.